What's up, Kansas City? We're down here at 18OV Barber Salon with Joeycuts. Joey, how's it going?
I'm alright, how about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Joey, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you grew up.
Well, first and foremost, my name is Joseph Thomas. You know, a lot of people they associate my real name with my business name, and I guess I can take that somewhat as a compliment. The name of my company is actually Joeycuts.com LLC, and underneath that brand or title, we have Joeycuts Barber Salon, and like you said earlier, now we're at the new location, 18OV Barber Salon. It's definitely great. It's a good thing, and we got a lot more in store right now. Yeah.
All right, now where's the other barber salon located at? And tell us why you decided to open another salon down in the 18th and Vine District.
Joeycuts Barber Salon is located at 3914 Indiana, Kansas City, Missouri, 64130. I would say, honestly, the reason why that shop was open is because I was riding through the neighborhood. I always knew I wanted to open up a shop. It was always a desire of mine to open up a salon, start my own business, I should say. And I was actually kind of just driving down 39th Street one day, really honestly kind of just praying. One thing led to another. I ended up turning into the 39 Plaza, which is owned by James Merle. Turned in there, and I seen that it was a shop called Executive Cuts. Well, it had a banner out called Executive Cuts, so I happened to just drive up in there to see what the shop was looking like, because I didn't even know that they put a little strip there, let alone they was going to put a barbershop there. So I'm looking in the window, and the owner comes out, and me and him get to talking, and I was just asking him about the direction he was going with it and stuff. And he had made, in my opinion, a few mistakes in regards to his thought process to it and what he was going to add to it. And I was just really, I feel like I had a chance there to either keep it real and tell him like, yo man, you can be making a little bit more money if you did X, Y, and Z, or just let him do it the way he was going to do it, because he's not a barber. He's a that's not what he does as a trade, so he really didn't have a lot of knowledge. And I kept it real with him, just let him know like, you can be making a lot more money if you did X, Y, and Z. One conversation led to another. He was like, well, if you really think that I can do all this and this and the third, how about you do it? You know, and he gave me a chance from there, and from there I kind of took it and ran with it, and it was actually a blessing in disguise. And I really feel like it was, and honestly, inside myself, I really feel like it was kind of like a test from God to see, was I going to allow, you know what I mean, myself to kind of block my own blessing or what? And because I didn't, I was blessed. The shop now on 39th been open for, it was 5 years back in July. In our first 2.5 years, we received an award from Steve Harvey, the Hoodie Award as the best barbershop in the nation. That was a huge accomplishment. We received all kinds of other awards and recognitions for this, that, and the third on behalf of the shop, Joseph Thomas, and for the No Joy Foundation, which we do a lot of in that neighborhood, in that community. And one of the main inspirations, honestly, it was kind of like a personal thing. I just kind of really wanted to prove stats wrong. You know, when I first opened up my business, everybody in there was underneath the age of 30. I was 25, everybody else was under 30. And statistically, we were supposed to either be dead or in jail. You know, we was all young black men doing our thing, and we accomplished a lot. Like I said, I wanted to prove people wrong. That was my main thing. And then the second salon, it was an opportunity that came about really just from being in the right place at the right time. You know, just having that favor. You know, I received a call from a person, and they was like, you know, this business may be available. You may want to jump on it. So I got the call in the Black Economic Union, which is the people that run the Lincoln Building, and everything was going great. I jumped into it. I got a huge testimony and story about that as well. But I mean, 18 months later, here I am. You know. Yeah.
Right. Can you give us a couple of your top barbers that you've cut next to that's working your shop, or just some honorable mentions?
I mean, first and foremost, I would have to recognize my guy Derek Patterson. We all know him as Bo. You know, he was actually one of my first barbers that I hired. Not only was he one of my first barbers, he's actually a good friend of mine. You know, I don't believe in best friends and that kind of stuff. I believe in either, you know, I rock with you and I'm gonna love you like family, like a brother, or I just don't rock with you. It's really just that simple. And he was one that I would say was like a brother to me. I mean, that was my guy. You know, unfortunately, he was murdered a couple years back. His it's still unsolved. You know, it was a blow. You know, I mean, it took me back a little bit. You know, it set me back a little bit, kind of hurt. But his son is still, you know, his son is still me. His son is real close. Calls me uncle. You know, I do what I can to stay involved in his life. He comes up here at least, you know, a couple times a week. On Saturdays, he come up here work with me. He was working with me on 39th. Now he come up here and, you know, stay involved with that. And I mean, like I said, I just had to mention him because that was the first one came to my mind. But as far as other good barbers, I mean, if you working at Joeycuts Barber Salon, you are a good barber. I mean, you know, so we definitely, as the brand, we definitely try to set the standard, not only just in Kansas City, but nationwide. You know, we get nationwide recognition, and we definitely, that's something we search for, is to raise the level, keep the bar at a high. So we offer a lot of in-salon training. So, you know, to be at Joeycuts, you know, that means that you must have accomplished something when it comes to skill set or skill level.
Do you consider yourself the best barber in the shop?
Not at all. Not at all. I know some barbers out here, honestly, that can really eat my cookies. You know what I mean? I know some barbers out here that I've trained that I feel like, you know what I mean, they killing me in the game. You know, and that's always a good thing, because I tell all my barbers, you know, if you still at my shop in 5 years and you standing just behind a chair with no dreams, no goals, it's something that I'm doing wrong. You know, none of my barbers should be just stagnant, standing still, or going backwards. You know what I mean? So, I want all of my barbers that I work with, not just the ones in the salon, but people that I deal with on everything, because not just do I teach them about skills and how to cut charm clippers and use them, but also about the business behind the chair, and also the business beyond the chair. You know, one of my mottos that I live by, I tell people all the time, is that after every head I cut, I'm unemployed. You know, and that's just the reality to this game, to this industry that we're in. So I definitely try to make sure that all my guys, all my barbers, people I associate myself with, be better than who I am, because I believe in the principles of walking. You know what I mean? Feet, they walk together, they work together all day long. You know, they don't argue, they don't fuss, they don't hate on each other, they're not jealous of each other. But in order for them to progress, they consistently one in front of the other, one in front of the other. So that's something that a concept that I try to utilize inside my businesses. You know what I mean? Push people ahead of me. That way I can always have somebody to pull me up, because I need all the help I can get.
Great. Tell us how the atmosphere of the barbershop helped you growing up, and how it helps out the community as a whole.
My story is probably the same for a lot, probably different for a lot as well. I grew up, you know, my father was killed when I was 2, and I grew up in a salon. I mean, like, literally. And people, they say the story all the time. It's really a true life story. I really did have a bassinet in the back of the shop growing up. Me and my mother, LaDonna Adams, was stylist for over 35 years. You know, that's where we was at. Me and my brothers, when I was a kid, I hated everything about hair. I hated the smell of oil sheen. I hated walking to the shop. I hated going to the shop. I hated being in the shop all day long. The smell of curling irons, hair burning, everything about hair, I used to hate it. And then as we got a little older, we got to a point where we was a little financially embarrassed, and my step-pops at the time, he had to take us to the store to get us some clippers. One thing led to another. I'm cutting my brother's hair, and I end up liking it, you know, and I've been really kind of just rocking with it ever since then, you know. So with that being said, in my shop, the atmosphere, we definitely try to set the tone and make it family friendly, but also with my true passion, with my foundation, focusing on young men and helping them out. Just a lot of the decisions that I made, opportunities that I had that I didn't take advantage of, things I took for granted, I try to help and make sure that they don't repeat that cycle. Because once again, I need for my next generation to be better than our generation, because we need for them to pull us up. So I try to make sure I invest a lot of time, not just in the people who's giving me money, but also just to the people who support, spread that awareness, and just believe in what we're trying to do. Because it's crazy. You really honestly never know how you are affecting a person's life. I don't even know who's going to watch this video. They might see something about this video or this interview and be like, yeah, you know, that brother made some sense, or da-da-da. You know, so we always try to make sure that we set the tone equal and comfortable for everybody. You know, and we definitely try to make sure that we pay attention to the fact and have some accountability for ourselves and one of the others, that we are somewhat of role models, not just to the people coming in the shop, but to the community, to the schools, whether it's middle school, high school, elementary, whatever, So, I mean, it's a lot to being a barber. It really is.
Now, you spoke on your foundation and the volunteers and the people you help, the No Joy Foundation. Tell us how it got started, and just tell us how important it is to help out the community and helping out the kids, and for everyone to support what you are doing in the community.
I mean, I would definitely say it's really of high importance to, to be in a position of being responsible, and paying it forward. Just like the words say, and I always refer to that all the time, In all my life, I would always rather be a lender versus being a borrower. So with that being said, with that mind state being set, I always would like and hope that God bless me to be in that type of position. Like I said, our foundation is focused on entrepreneurial development. Just my theory, and I could be all the way wrong, but I believe in the next 5 to 10 years, it's not about what you can get from people. It's going to be more so about what you can create. And it might not be 5 or 10 years from now. It might not be 10 or 20, but at some point, it's going to get to that point, And like I said, it's just my theory, but it's not going to be about what you can get from others. It's going to be about what you can create. Not just so much about what you can create as far as clothes or something like that. I'm talking about what you can create that's going to make a difference in the world. Paying attention to the economical systems and setups in your area, your community. Paying attention to your school district. Paying attention to your political future. Paying attention to all the things that really are going to make huge impacts and that's going to require a huge decision to be made about your future. So I just really hope that young people really take on that understanding and that sense of responsibility, because I just don't see the government really being behind us or on our side the way that we were used to. I don't see retirement plans and 401ks. I don't see none of that kind of stuff. I see it being about what can you create.
Okay, now your foundation just had a back-to-school supplies giveaway and free haircuts. Tell us how that went.
Oh man, it was awesome. It was great, man. Like I said, our goal last year we set a record of 172 heads. Our goal this year was to do 200. I knew we could do it. I knew we could do the 200. Just considering the fact that on 39th Street we had 7 stations, and here at 18OV we got 12 stations. I reached out to some great barbers, not just inside Joeycuts or 18OV, but I had barbers from all over, Kansas and different areas of Missouri that came and they participated and wanted to be a part of it. And I'm kind of honored and proud to say that not only did we hit our goal of 200, but we actually surpassed that, and we did 230 heads. So that was a real good thing to know that we did that. We had all kind of book bags being donated to it from people in the community, from other businesses, whatnot. They gave us book bags, school supplies, water, food, chips, just our hot dogs. We had all kind of stuff, all kind of games, activities, different companies, and then also this year we did our first ever girls only zone, and which was kind of spearheaded by Nisha Nails and Rubies and Sash Parlor and Bossy Day with Ear Candy and Ladies on Limitless. So we had a huge support, and it took place right down here on 18th and Vine. They're happy for it. A lot of businesses around. We got a lot of handshakes and high fives for our efforts, and I know next year it's only gonna get bigger and better.
Well, we definitely wish your new business, new salon, the best, and we definitely want to thank you for helping out the community with your foundation. And we ask that everybody go and support the No Joy Foundation. Do you have any shout-outs?
Not really any shout-outs, but I would definitely say for more information, make sure you visit Joeycuts.com. Check out everything about what's going on in between Joeycuts Barber Salon. We got a little bit of information for 18OV. We're still building. We only been open now for 8 weeks. And then also we have a little one-pager on the No Joy Foundation. And for anybody that would like to make a donation to the foundation, you can do so at P.O. Box 300-161, Kansas City, Missouri 64130. And also, if they want to give us a call, they can reach out to Christian at 816-728-1734. Or, like I said, any questions or whatnot, the No Joey, KNOWJOEY at Joeycuts.com.
All right, this has been a Urban Professional segment. We have Joeycuts with 18OV Barber Salon and the No Joy Foundation. I'm Marlo Garlington, and that's What's Up, Kansas City.
What's up, Kansas City? We are Cascade Media Group.
CMG is calling all small businesses, organizations, solicitors of products or services that would like to reach their KC Metro viewers and would like our help.
We produce commercials, promote, advertise, and film events. Not to mention display company banners, including a link to your website on either of our sites.
That's whatsupkansascity.net, the premier outlet for Kansas City.
Or CascadeSports.tv, home of the student athletes.
If you're interested, contact CMG at 816-389-0259.
Or email us at mgcascademediagroup@hotmail.com.
And remember,
It pays to advertise.